Hello po mga kababayan. O ito na nga, kinall out mga kababayan ng prosecution team si Sara Duterte dahil sa pag-atake po sa integrity ng impeachment court na mismo. Ayan o. Prosecution calls out VP Sara Duterte for attacking impeachment court's integrity. Si Dante Maravillas pala po ito, mga kababayan. Baka yung may mga bago tayong tagapanood. Sinoan niya ito? Si Dante Maravillas po, isang Bicolano vlogger. Sabi po mga kababayan ni Attorney Benjamin J. Tolosa Jr., isang prosecutor, private prosecutor sa impeachment trial ni Sara Duterte, at the same time spokesperson ng House panel. Yes, anya, litigants can criticize the courts, but they can never attack its integrity, sabi po ni Tolosa. Kasi anya, pag ang isang litigant inatake na mismo yung integrity ng korte, that actually anya constitute not just a violation of the sub judice rule, but even an act that considered contempt of court or contemptuous. That is very dangerous, sabi po ni Atty. Tolosa. Paliwanag ang mga kababayan ni Tolosa na yung right ng isang litigant to comment does not extend without limit to statements that could lead the public to believe that a tribunal had abandoned its lawful processes. Pag nagsalita ka na niya ng mga bagay that attacks the integrity of the court, that is very dangerous, especially in this kind of case of this magnitude, paliwanag ni Tolosa. Tolosa explained that people who accept the characterization that the proceedings were marred by bending the law could conclude that an adverse decision resulted from the irregularity rather than the evidence presented by the prosecution in defense. Pero paliwanag ni Tolosa na yung kanyang remarks na to were merely a legal assessment and not a finding by the impeachment court. The presiding officer, si Senator Francis Chis Escudero, and itong mga senator judges anya have not yet ruled whether Duterte's statement violated the sub judice rule or constituted contempt. So tingnan natin kung ano yung magiging reaction ng mga senator judges dito sa naging statement ni Sara na mismong binabanata na nito yung integrity ng impeachment court. Ito yung naging reaction ni Sara nung isang araw. Yan o, pakinggan natin.
I don't think kailangan guluhin ang impeachment. Napaka-klaro naman yung bending the law dyan sa impeachment na yan, simula pa sa House of Representatives hanggang sa pagkakaroon ng dalawang tao na nakaupo doon sa, ano man tawag dyan, stage or rostrum or elevated platform. Hindi na kailangan guluhin ang impeachment dahil magulo na siya sa bending the law.
Bending the law daw. Binabaluktot yung batas ng impeachment court mismo. Sabi ni Sara, yan ang kanyang akusasyon. Attacking the integrity of the Senate impeachment court. Doon nag-react mga kababayan ang prosecution panel. Yes, sabi po ni Tolosa, it may destroy the people's confidence in the impeachment proceedings. It could cause a prejudgment. O ito po, yung press con kanina, mga kababayan ng House panel. Panoorin natin mga kababayan itong pahayag at pagtatanong kay Attorney Tolosa.
Thank you po. And for my last question, and then mag-round 2 na lang po ako siguro later. Yun naman po sa sub-judice comment po ni VP Sara, yung bending the law rather, ang sabi po ni Attorney Justine na hindi raw po part yun ng sub-judice and nangyayari daw po talaga sa ordinary cases yung where a litigant party can always express his or her sentiments po sa mga nangyayari sa kaso.
Okay, no. Well, in fairness to the defense counsel, I'm sure he felt he needed to say that to defend his client, no. But clear ho kasi yan sa jurisprudence, no. Na yes, litigants can criticize the courts, but they can never attack its integrity. No? Malinaw ko yan sa jurisprudence, madami ng cases na nagsasabi niya. If a litigant attacks the integrity of the court, that actually constitutes not just violation of the sub judice rule, but even an act that's considered as a contempt of court, no, or contemptuous. So, dahil ang rules nga dyan, if you say something that attacks the integrity of the court, that is very dangerous, no? Especially in this case of this kind of case of this magnitude, no? Kasi nga, it will it may destroy the people's confidence in the impeachment proceedings, no? It could cause a prejudgment. Pwedeng maisip na anong mga kababayan natin dahil nagkakaroon ng pagbabalik ng batas dito sa paglilitis na ito. Kung ano man ang maging desisyon ng impeachment court, sa dulo, ang dating na dun sa kanyang mga sa ating mga ibang kababayan, no? Lalo na dun sa mga tao na maaaring naniwala sa statement niya na marred daw by bending the law itong proceedings na to ay hindi nakabatay ang desisyon na yan sa ebidensya, no? At mukhang maraming naging irregularidad na nangyari sa paglilitis kaya nagkaroon ng paghahatol na if ever may be adverse to her, no? So again, I don't want to preempt, no, the presiding officers and the impeachment court's decision on this matter, but just directly responding to that point, no, on whether or not this is a factual question, tama ba yun? Pwede ba talaga ang litigants just freely criticize courts? No, definitely that is not aligned with what has been established under the jurisprudence. But just the same, hayaan natin ang meron namang authority dyan, no, para suriin yan at timbangin yan at magkaroon ng desisyon if it constitutes contemptuous conduct in a violation of the sub judice rule, presiding officer and ultimately the impeachment court as a whole. So we will leave it to the sound discretion.
Feeling kasi ni Sara, above the law siya eh. Di ba? Tingnan natin kung ano ang magiging reaction ng Senate Impeachment Court sa mga pinagdadaldal ni Sara Duterte, especially yung presiding officer na si Chis Escudero. Abangan natin bukas kung may sasabihin po yung presiding officer, si Chis Escudero or members of the Senate, yung especially yung mga matitinong senador, yung mga DDS senators, wala tayong asahan na magre-react mga kababayan. Babanatan si Sara Duterte dito. Wala tayong asahan doon. But yung mga matitinong senador tulad ni Senator Bam Aquino, ni Kiko Pangilinan, ni Risa Ontiveros, yung mga nasa Senate majority, di ba? Yung magkapatid na Tulfo, yan. So tingnan natin kung may sasabihin mga kababayan bukas with the attacks na ginawa mga kababayan. Si Ping Lacson, yan. Pakinggan natin si Tito Sen kung magre-react sila dito sa pag-atake sa Senate Impeachment Court ni Sara Duterte. Kasi tulad ng ginawa niyang paninira mga kababayan sa Justice Panel, yun din ang ginagawa niyang paninira ngayon sa Senado na mismo, sa Senate Impeachment Court. Ngayon, sabi naman po ni trial spokesperson Congressman Alonto Adjong na dapat niya itong si Acosta at saka si Fajarda, yung mga SDOs ni Sara Duterte, dapat hindi niya gawing mga sacrificial lamb sila. Gustong ilaglag mga kababayan ni Senator Amy Marcos na dapat na managot dito yung mga SDOs, hindi si Sara Duterte. Di ba? Yun ang naging banat ni Amy Marcos. Sabi po ni Adyong. So I think yung line of questioning, I was listening to, with all due respect to Senator Amy Marcos, when I was listening to her line of questioning, it seems to me that they're trying to throw somebody under the bus. Sabi po ni Adyong. Ano ba ito? Parang scapegoat ito. Sacrificial lamb. Acosta served as special disbursing officer ng Office of the Vice President. While si Fajardo yata ito. Farda. Tama, hindi Fardo. Mali ito. Si Fajardo handled the confidential fund disbursements for DepEd during the tenure, mga kababayan, ni Sara sa Department of Education. Unfair naman, sabi po, mga kababayan, ni Alonto Adyong. Kung sila, if all the blame should be directed at them. Tama po. Alonto Adyong pointed to documents bearing Duterte's signature on the physical and financial plan. Disbursement documents, liquidation report, and accomplishment report as evidence of her role as head of the agencies involved. Paliwanag, mga kababayan, ni Alonto Adyong. Gustong ilaglag ni Amy para makalusot si Sara. He argued that as designated disbursing officer niya, could not independently decide how to dispose of such substantial public funds without the authority from the principal, referring to Sara Duterte. Correct. Do you honestly believe that Miss Gina Acosta can do whatever she wants with that money, without the supervision and approval of her principal? Tanong, mga kababayan, ni Adyong. I mean, that would be absurd, anya. Paliwanag pa niya. Alonto Adyong clarified that he was not concluding that the senator judge intended to absolve Duterte, but was describing how he understood the direction of the questioning. Malinaw naman po, mga kababayan, na yun ang direksyon ng line of questioning ni Amy Marcos. Para talaga palusutin si Sara, ilaglag na lang po si Fajardo at saka si Acosta. Kawawa naman yung kanyang mga subordinates. Nasa totoo lang, mga kababayan, sumusunod lang sa kanyang direksyon, sa kanyang utos. Diba? And I'm not saying, sabi niya, that is the direction, but the way I understood the line of questioning, it appears, anya, that somebody has to be thrown under the bus just to save the respondent. Yun naman talaga po yung gustong mangyari po ni Amy Marcos. Nilalaglag si Fajardo at saka si Acosta para iligtas si Sara Duterte. Di ba malinaw ang ang gustong mangyari ni Amy Marcos? Ganon talaga yung gustong palabasin ni Amy Marcos. Tama po ba yung ating mga analysis? Yan lang po yung ating short video ngayon. Ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye po. God bless.